Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is John, your host, and today I'll be discussing something highly unique and worthy of a deep dive, the A. Lange Homage to Walter Lange. As a non-watch person, you'd be completely forgiven for casually seeing this on the wrist and assuming it was a simple time-only watch. No date, nothing fancy, just a wristwatch to tell the time. If you're a watch enthusiast, you'd probably notice the brand's logo arcing across the upper dial, and perhaps assume this was an A. Lange 1815 three-hand, time-only watch. Turn it over and you'll soon realize this is not a run-of-the-mill 1815. This is a timepiece like no other, and wow, does it have a story worth telling. First things first, let's address the use of homage in this watch's name. There is zero relation to the Homage watches you might find as a low-cost copy of a Rolex or Omega. It's a shame the word has taken on such a negative connotation in relation to watch collecting, but get that unsavory taste out of your mouth as we learn about this particular timepiece. To understand the depth of symbology crafted into this reference, we need to start in 1845 in Glashütte, Saxony. This was the year that Ferdinand Adolf Lange introduced watchmaking to this region of Saxony, a legacy that had survived 2 world wars and foreign occupation prior to today's unified Germany. Walter Lange, the great-grandson of founder F.A. Lange and grandson of Emil Lange, partnered with Jaeger-LeCoultre CEO Gunter Blümlein in 1990 to restart the brand as German reunification was unfolding. He registered the brand's name on 7 December 1990, exactly 145 years to the day from when his great-grandfather started his watch company in Glashütte. Walter Lange was a true watchmaker, and he appreciated what his ancestors had accomplished in the world of horology. He was particularly proud of the fact that an invention proposed by his great-grandfather resulted in a patent being filed after his death by his son Richard Lange, with a newly formed German patent office in 1877. This patent for a stoppable jumping seconds mechanism was actually patent number 182 in Germany. It was the fact that this patent was approved in the very earliest days of German patenting that Walter was so proud of. Walter had a wish that the modern Lange should implement this patent in one of their timepieces, and frequently asked the Lange team when and how this could be done. A stoppable jumping seconds mechanism is a rather esoteric complication with little practical use today, and the design team at Lange focused on double splits, triple splits, the Zeitwerk, and other such masterpieces instead. There's an excellent video link in the description below where Anthony de Haas and Tino Bove, the heads of development and manufacturing at Lange respectively, describe the reluctance to take on a movement design to host this complication. That all changed when Walter Lange passed away in January 2017, and the team at Lange wished to honor their modern founder with a special watch. What resulted was the 1815 homage to Walter Lange, designed and implemented in an incredible 8 months, and shown to the world in December 2017. A new movement design with such a complication could take years to design, but Lange had one thing working in their favor. By sticking with the patent from 1877, all of the theory and much of the design heavy lifting was already done, and if you compare the resulting caliber L 1924 with the original patent artwork, the similarities are stunning to behold. To create such a timepiece as a homage is a huge undertaking, especially given the limited production numbers, and the numbers produced are very specific in their quantities. 90 pieces in pink gold highlighting the brand's rebirth in 1990, 145 pieces in white gold, representing the 145 years from the founding of the company by F.A. Lange in 1845 to 1990, when Walter re-registered the brand name. 27 pieces in yellow gold, representing the 27 years from the founding of the brand in 1990 to the release of this reference in 2017. And 1 reference in steel that was auctioned off in support of Walter's favorite charity. The movement within is the Lange caliber L 1924, referencing the year of Walter Lange's birth. Even the reference number is symbolic. The 297 references Walter Lange's birthday and month, 29 July. Clearly, the brand went all out to ensure this reference paid homage to the significance Walter Lange held in their hearts and minds of the Lange team. In general, mechanical timepieces can be recognized by their creeping seconds hand. Depending on the balance frequency, the hand advances from second to second in 5 or 10 steps. However, there is a horological complication that allows the exact measurement of 1 second unit of time, the jumping seconds. The idea of a jumping seconds hand is not new, but it's rarely implemented in mechanical timepieces. One obvious exception is from the world of quartz-driven watches and clocks, where a jumping seconds hand is often observed, stepping in 1 second intervals as an artifact of quartz movement technology. But how does the caliber L1924 jumping seconds mechanism work? In the 1815 Homage to Walter Lange, the seconds jump is controlled according to the flirt and star principle, as was originally the case in the mechanism patented in 1877. The key elements are shown here, starting with a flirt lever, the star wheel attached to the escape wheel, the fourth wheel, the click wheel, and the ratchet wheel. When jump seconds is operating, the mechanism converts the 6 semi-oscillations of the balance into 1 step per second. Together with the escape wheel, the 5-pronged star wheel rotates about its own axis once every 5 seconds. After each full second, one of the tips of the stars liberates the tensioned flirt. Once released, the flirt quickly rotates by 360 degrees before it is stopped by the next tip of the star. The flirt's rotation is so rapid that it's not really visible even at 60 frames per second. The rotating flirt transfers its rapid impulse to the fourth wheel, which is geared to rotate 60 steps in 1 minute, providing the jumping seconds indication through the blued center seconds hand attached to the pinion of this wheel. The idea that a jumping seconds mechanism could be stopped is not new, but what F.A. Lange envisioned in 1867 was a simpler and more elegant approach. The stopping of the jump seconds is a bit more complex than starting, as the design stops only the jumping seconds hand and not anything else. For this action, a pusher at 2 o'clock activates a V-shaped switching lever released by the column wheel, which blocks the flirt, including the entire jumping seconds mechanism, while the rest of the wheels of the movement continue to run. This allows for the sub-register at 6 o'clock to continue to display running seconds even if the jump seconds feature is stopped. Connection of the movement with the jump seconds train is established by a click mechanism beautifully positioned above the 3/4 plate. While running, the ratchet wheel is firmly connected to the wheel train with 2 pallet stones equipped clicks in their springs. It transfers the torque to the click wheel. The pallets of the click engage with the ratchet wheel and thus allow power to flow from the mainspring barrel to the seconds mechanism. When the flirt is stopped, the wheels of the seconds mechanism are blocked, but the pallets of the clicks alternatively drop off from the teeth of the ratchet wheel that continues to slowly turn as part of the main gear train for the watch. The dragging pallets slipping off as the ratchet wheel slowly spins is necessary because otherwise the whole movement would be stopped. This is the simple, stoppable jumping seconds design that Richard Lange patented in 1877. Moving beyond the stop seconds mechanism, there's still a time-only 3-hand watch on offer. The small seconds hand in the subsidiary dial at 6 o'clock maps the frequency of 21,600 semi-oscillations per hour and also features a blued hand. The 1815 reference has the railroad track minute markers and Arabic numerals you'd expect to find on a Lange 1815 reference, giving this watch exceptional legibility. The caliber 1924 of the 1815 is made of 253 parts, beats at 3 Hz, and offers 60 hours of power reserve from a single barrel. From a finishing standpoint, the caliber L1924 is exceptional, as one would expect from an A. Lange. The top surface of the German silver 3/4 plate and jumping seconds bridge is finished with glashütte striping, while the edges are beveled and polished. The heat-blued screws, gold chatons, and gold-filled engravings are typical and welcome additions of the fine finishing, along with the black polished swan neck regulator and column wheel, the evenly circular grained base plate, and the hand-engraved balance cock. Interestingly, the ratchet wheel, the one next to the click, features a double snailing finish, which is highly unusual in a modern Lange movement. I hope you've gained a bit of insight into this highly significant reference from Lange. As one of the Lange team explained to me, this is the most emotional watch we've ever produced. Even Tino Bobe suggested this may be the most underrated caliber of the 75 the brand has produced to date. To my eyes, the intersection of history, family, and love of fine watchmaking come together in this reference like no other. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video from Wessex Watch. Take care.